Phases of the moon. These are the different shapes of the moon that we see on the sky. We see these different shapes of the moon because the sun cannot light the whole moon at the same time. It's only a part of the moon that gets sunlight. So as the moon moves around the earth, we see these different shapes of the moon. That is only the part of the moon that receives sunlight. So it happens that when the moon is here between the sun and the earth, people who are here on earth, when they look up in the sky, they don't see the moon. This is because the side of the moon will be dark, while the side facing the sun will be bright. So people here will be looking at the dark side of the moon, and they say the moon is not there today, yet the moon is there. It is only that the bright side of the moon, or the side that is receiving sunlight, is not facing the earth. We call this phase of the moon the new moon, when we don't see it on the sky because the dark side is facing the earth. So after a few days, we are going to see a small part of the moon that is now receiving sunlight. So after a few days, people here on earth begin to see just a small part of the moon that is receiving light from the sun, and that is visible to us here on earth. So this, we call it a crescent, because this crescent will be increasing in size as days go by. We call it a waxing crescent moon. So this is a waxing crescent. To wax is to increase in size. So after a few days, when the moon is now here, when we look up in the sky, we are going to see this side will be completely dark. We are not going to see anything. So when you look up in the sky, we are going to see something like this. So we call it the first quarter. The first quarter moon. First quarter moon. After a few days, we are going to see something like this on the sky. No, it's not exactly, but we call it a gibbous moon, or a waxing gibbous moon, because it will be increasing in size as days go by. And then after a few days, when we look up in the sky, we see a complete circle, or we call it a full moon. So this is because In fact, when we look up in the sky and we see a complete circle, it doesn't mean we see the whole moon. We only see this side that is facing the sun and also is facing the earth. So when we look up in the sky, we just see a complete circle. It is just this bright side. We don't see the other side of the moon that is away from the sun. So we call this phase the full moon because we see a complete circle on the sky. So after a few days again, we are going to see now the shape of the moon changing again. So that is a waning gibbous. To wane is to decrease in size. So this one will be decreasing in size as days go by. So when you look at the sky, we are going to see the shape of the moon now beginning to decrease in size. So after a few days, when you look up in the sky, you are going to see the shape of the moon looking like this. So that one is the last quarter moon. And you will notice that now it is decreasing in size. So after a few days, when you look up in the sky, you are going to see now the shape of the moon like that, in decreasing in size. So this one is called a waning crescent. A waning crescent. So after the waning crescent, we are not going to see the moon on the sky again, because the whole bright side will be facing the sun and the dark side facing the moon. So those are the 8 phases of the moon. Thank you.